Hola, paella lovers, paella. This iconic Spanish dish is a culinary masterpiece, a symphony of flavors and textures that'll transport you straight to the sun-drenched shores of Spain. It's more than just a dish, it's a celebration of life, shared with loved ones. My first encounter with paella was unforgettable. I was in Valencia, Spain, the birthplace of this legendary dish. The aroma of saffron and seafood filled the air, drawing me in like a moth to a flame. One bite, and I was hooked. The perfect balance of flavors, the creamy rice, and the succulent seafood. It was pure culinary magic. Since then, I've been on a quest to master this iconic dish, experimenting with different variations and techniques. And let me tell you, paella is surprisingly easy to make at home. With a few simple steps and quality ingredients, you can recreate the magic of Spain in your own kitchen. So, grab your paella pan, fire up the stove, and get ready for a culinary adventure. I'm going to guide you through each step, sharing my tips and tricks to create a paella that'll impress your family and friends. Get ready to say ole to paella perfection.
The secret to a flavorful paella lies in the sofrito. This aromatic base is a slow-cooked mixture of onions, tomatoes, garlic, and olive oil. It's the foundation of flavor, adding depth and complexity to the dish. Start by finely chopping your onions and garlic. Heat a generous amount of olive oil in your paella pan over medium heat. Add the onions and cook until softened and translucent. This will take about 5 to 7 minutes. Next, add the minced garlic and cook for another minute, stirring constantly to prevent burning. Now it's time to incorporate the tomatoes. Use ripe, juicy tomatoes for the best flavor. Grate them directly into the pan or use canned crushed tomatoes. Cook the sofrito over low heat for at least 15 to 20 minutes, stirring occasionally. This allows the flavors to meld and develop a rich, concentrated sauce. Remember, patience is key here. The longer you cook the sofrito, the more flavorful your paella will be.
When it comes to paella, not all rice is created equal. Bomba rice, a short-grain variety from Valencia, reigns supreme. Its unique ability to absorb liquid while maintaining a firm texture makes it ideal for paella. Unlike other rice varieties, bomba rice absorbs up to 3 times its volume in liquid. This means it can soak up all the flavors of the sofrito, broth, and other ingredients without becoming mushy. The result? Perfectly cooked, separate grains of rice with a delightful bite. Look for bomba rice in specialty food stores or online. It's worth seeking out for authentic paella. If you can't find bomba rice, you can substitute it with other short-grain varieties like Arborio or carnaroli. However, keep in mind that these varieties absorb less liquid than bomba rice. Adjust the amount of broth accordingly to achieve the desired texture. Remember, we're aiming for a creamy yet al dente rice.
A true paella is cooked in a paella pan, a wide, shallow pan with sloping sides. The large surface area allows for even cooking and helps to create the signature socarrat, the crispy, caramelized layer of rice at the bottom of the pan. Choose a paella pan that's the right size for your needs. A 10-inch pan serves 2 to 3 people, while a 15-inch pan can feed 6 to 8. Don't overcrowd the pan, as this will steam the rice instead of cooking it evenly. If you don't own a paella pan, don't worry. You can still achieve great results using a large, heavy-bottomed skillet or frying pan. Just make sure it's wide enough to accommodate all the ingredients in a single layer. Preheat the pan over medium heat before adding any ingredients. This ensures even cooking and helps to prevent sticking. Once the pan is hot, add the olive oil and proceed with the recipe.
Section 5. Seafood Symphony, Prawns, Clams and Mussels. Seafood paella is a classic variation that showcases the bounty of the Mediterranean Sea. The combination of prawns, clams and mussels adds a briny, savory flavor that's simply irresistible. Start by cleaning your seafood thoroughly. Devein the prawns, scrub the clams and mussels, and discard any that are open or damaged. Pat the seafood dry with paper towels to remove excess moisture. Once the sofrito is cooked, add the prawns to the pan and cook for a few minutes per side until they turn pink and opaque. Remove the prawns from the pan and set aside. Next, add the clams and mussels to the pan. Cover with a lid and steam for 5 to 7 minutes or until the shells open. Discard any clams or mussels that haven't opened.
Section 6. Chicken and chorizo, a classic duo. For a heartier paella, try adding chicken and chorizo to the mix. The combination of tender chicken and spicy chorizo adds a depth of flavor that's simply irresistible. Cut boneless, skinless chicken thighs into bite-sized pieces. Heat a little olive oil in the paella pan and brown the chicken on all sides. Remove the chicken from the pan and set aside. Slice chorizo sausage into thin rounds. Add the chorizo to the pan and cook over medium heat until crispy. Remove the chorizo from the pan and set aside. Leave the rendered chorizo fat in the pan, as it will add flavor to the paella. Return the chicken and chorizo to the pan along with the sofrito. Stir to combine and cook for a few minutes to allow the flavors to meld.
Section 7. Saffron threads. Liquid gold. Saffron, the world's most expensive spice, is an essential ingredient in paella. Its distinct aroma and vibrant color add a touch of luxury to this iconic dish. Saffron threads are the dried stigmas of the crocus flower. It takes thousands of flowers to produce just a few grams of saffron, which explains its hefty price tag. To extract the maximum flavor from saffron, infuse it in warm liquid before adding it to the paella. Heat the broth or water in a small saucepan over low heat. Add a pinch of saffron threads and let them steep for at least 10 minutes. This will create a vibrant yellow liquid that will infuse the paella with its unique aroma and flavor. Add the saffron-infused liquid to the paella pan along with the rice.
Section 8. Socarrat, the crunchy secret. Socarrat, the crispy caramelized layer of rice at the bottom of the paella pan, is a prized delicacy in Spain. It's the mark of a well-made paella and adds a delightful textural contrast to the dish. To achieve socarrat, you need to create a high heat at the bottom of the pan towards the end of the cooking process. Once the rice has absorbed most of the liquid, increase the heat to medium-high and cook for a few minutes without stirring. Listen carefully for a crackling sound, which indicates that the socarrat is forming. You can also carefully lift a corner of the paella with a spatula to check the color. The socarrat should be golden brown and crispy. Be careful not to burn the socarrat. If it starts to smell burnt, reduce the heat immediately. Once the socarrat is formed, remove the paella from the heat and let it rest for a few minutes before serving.
Section 9. Presentation is everything. A paella fiesta. Paella is not just a dish, it's a feast for the eyes as well as the palate. Presentation is key to showcasing the vibrant colors and textures of this iconic dish. Once the paella is cooked, arrange the seafood, chicken and chorizo attractively on top of the rice. Garnish with lemon wedges, chopped parsley and roasted red peppers for a pop of color. Serve the paella directly from the pan for an authentic Spanish experience. Provide each guest with a plate and a spoon or fork. Encourage them to scrape the bottom of the pan to savor the delicious socarrat. Paella is best enjoyed fresh and hot. Pair it with a crisp white wine, such as Arborio or Verdejo, to complement the flavors of the dish. Buen provecho! For more authentic recipes and culinary adventures, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Buen provecho!